Hey, good evening. This is going to be a quick one tonight, and it's only because I was challenged, so I'm going to take that challenge up. I haven't really thought about it much, but I mentioned the Young Guns, and I was thinking about how much I like those movies, and whether they might be making a part 3 right away. And I got thinking, and I said it was one of the best Western movies of, that time period. It wasn't really like a Western movie, and I had a few people be like, apparently there's a lot of people still digging Young Guns. But I thought, okay, and the challenge was, okay, name your top 5 then, Western movies. And I am going to include Young Guns 1 in there just because. And in no particular order, I'm just going on top of my head. I always go to, from my time period, let me refrain, is like the 1980 till present. Or 1980 till about 2000. That, right? What are the good Western movies from there? I really like The Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio, Keith David, who has the best fight scene ever in They Live with Roddy Piper. Great movie, check it out. There's a whole bunch of people in it. It's where once a year, every 5 years, they have this competition to see who the best gunfighter is. And the winner is basically the last one standing. Yeah, it's a gooder. It's a good one. I'll say Young Guns now just to get out of the way because you got to, come on. I don't remember anyone who wasn't running around the playground saying, I'll make you famous, right? When he's like, ooh, who are you going after? Billy the Kid, I hear he's dangerous, right? Like he's just, Emilio Estevez was so awesome in that role. It's pretty good. And I was like Charlie Sheen in the first one, even though he died right away. Spoiler alert. I put spoiler alert first, probably. What is that, 2? Silverado is one of the best movies from this time period. I would show pictures, but I don't know how copyright works yet on YouTube, and I don't want to get sued just yet. But Silverado had a lot of some heavy hitting actors at that time. You had Scott Glenn. You had Danny Glover, a young Kevin Costner, a young Jeff Goldblum, Kevin Kline, Fish Called Wanda. He's a great actor. Pirates of Penzance. He's a great actor. Married to Phoebe Cates from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Anyways, the whole premise is that Scott Glenn is going to get his brother, who's going to be hanged because apparently he slept with somebody's sister. He's a real playboy in the show. And on the way there, he finds a guy in just his underclothes, just like the long johns, and laying in the desert, basically. And that's Kevin Kline, and Scott Glenn's on the horse. Picks him up, takes him to town. The great Brian Dennehy is the sheriff / antagonist. I don't want to spoil too much of it for you. That movie is awesome. If you like classic westerns, that's a good one. It probably is more on the... it's definitely not a Clint Eastwood kind of western, but this one's pretty gritty. I think like Glenn Ford and the original 3:10 to Yuma and those kind of movies, if you're old cinephile like me, and I did say cinephile, we can do that piece. So, okay. And then I got thinking, well, man, I love The Quick and the Dead. Just because Russell, like I said, I didn't say this part, Russell Crowe played a reformed gunslinger who was a preacher, and Gene Hackman didn't believe he was reformed. So he's making him participate because I'm going to bet you kill people before they kill you still, right? Oh, it's a good movie. For the interaction between those two, it is worth it. All right, so we had... Okay, hold on, Mando. I'm almost done. So we got that one. We got Young Guns, Silverado, great movie. Right, we have those 3. So now I got thinking, well, you got to go Unforgiven. That would be number 1 on any list. And you can't, like this movie about this guy who just almost like punishing himself for the life he led. His wife died, and he's trying to make it go with these pigs and all this kind of stuff. And he's not making it, but it's like he's trying to live honest. Right? And then, of course, Morgan Freeman shows up. Right? With a kid with an offer. And the next thing you know, Clint's going out for one last ride. It's a very good movie. Again, Gene Hackman was in it. Gene Hackman is quite possibly, oh man, he's awesome. Gene Hackman is very, very good in oh man, see Mississippi Burning. If you want to see a good Gene Hackman movie, a young Willem Dafoe. Oh, that's a very good movie. Hoosiers. And I'm not even talking about the ones from the 70s. But anyways. Okay, so what do we got so far? We got Silverado. We got Young Guns. We got The Quick and the Dead. And we got Unforgiven. So I got thinking, what's like the fifth one in there? And I don't classify Highlander as a Western. Otherwise, that'd be in there. Because it can't... Man, that movie's great. Awesome soundtrack. There's a movie that is kind of under the radar. It's older. Quite a bit older. Now, it's close enough. I thought about the remake, the 310 to Yuma, but I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Because they didn't make a lot of really good Westerns during that time period. There's a movie, Aliens and Cowboys and Aliens, that I really wanted. I thought was going to be awesome, and it wasn't very good. Right? But I was thinking about it. There's a movie called Posse. And I did say Posse with an O. It's Mario Van Peebles, one of the Baldwins. But it was about, and basically it was all African American cast primarily, except for the Baldwin. And I think they're outlaws, if memory serves. And I remember really liking that one as a kid. I gotta go check that out. If I'm going on top of my head, that might be the top 5, just because, I thought about putting Pale Rider in there, right? Just for when he beats up Jaws from the James Bond Roger Moore franchise with a sledgehammer. And then it has the guy, and the guy who was one of the guys from Law and Order, his name escapes me, was in it. And that one was pretty good too. But I think if you look at the time period, like, man, there are some really cheap ass movies. Okay, I'm going to say Posse. I'm going to say those 5. I might get back to that. But I also think that, when you look at the movies in the 90s, especially the 90s, they all were like, I'm old enough to remember when, Reality Bites, right, was the one with Ben Stiller's big movie. Janine Garofalo, I think, was in it. Yahoo Serious, that awesome. No, that guy had his own movies. Like, seriously. Crocodile Dundee, that phase was done. But I gotta say, when I think there was I can't remember, there's Drop Dead Fred, the one with the, oh, look, my imaginary friend is real and he's come back after 30 years. It seemed like everything had so much neon and glitter and all that kind of stuff. And, anyways, that's my 5. All right, I gotta take Mando outside. All right, challenge accepted. If you have a challenge or you think something should be done, send me an email, unemployablecounselor@gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions. All right, you guys take care, and we'll be in touch. All right, peace out.